All right, we're live. Thank you and welcome to today's webinar where we're talking about the 10 tech tips you need to run your business. So as stated earlier via social media and in the email, if you did receive that email, working a job and running a business are two completely different things. So when you work a job, you're majority of the time you're going in and you're being told what to do by the person who is the actual boss. And they are providing you with the applications needed in order for you to do those particular tasks that they're giving you. And so when you get to the point where you have an idea and or a dream and now you want to start, moving forward on actually producing that thing, you are the one who is, completely responsible for coming up with the software to use and the tasks that are determined that needs to be done, as well as the one who are doing it until you get a team. So most of you all know I have a background in technology. I worked in IT as a web quality assurance analyst, and as a result, and I've always also just had a natural inclination towards technology. Love technology, love techie stuff. Yes, I proclaim to be a nerd. I love it. But one of the things that, as a result of that, that happens is I have a lot of people who ask me, like, Denise, how do you do this? Denise, how do you do that? And so just in having that conversation about the difference between working a job and running your own business, my wheels started turning, and I just started thinking about all the different questions I've had and all of the different technological tools that are necessary for you to really run your business optimally. And, I don't think that any of these tools are limited to size. I started to say to run your small business, but even if you got to the point where you were a medium or big business, you would still be needing to use these tools in some form or fashion to handle your business. So I'm going to, without any further ado, I'm going to actually go ahead and jump in to what the top 10 tech tips are for running your business. So the first thing that is having some lighting difficulties here. Thank you for being patient with me. The first thing that I think is the most important for you to do if you have a business or if you have an idea or a dream or could one day see yourself running a business is to get a website domain. So we're not talking about the actual web page or the website, but we're talking about having a domain, a web domain or a URL. And so we're talking about going to somewhere like GoDaddy and purchasing a .com, .org, whatever you want it to be for 99 cents. And so we know that some of the extensions .info are a little bit less than maybe a .com unless you could get it for 99 cents, as well as some extensions are a little bit more. They're coming out with a whole lot more extensions that you can actually add to your business or to what it is you're doing. And so regardless what the situation is, regardless what your idea is, regardless what your dream is, the first thing that I think anybody should do when they have an idea is to go to GoDaddy or Google GoDaddy 99 cent domains and type that thing in and purchase it. And here's why I say that. I can't tell you how unprofessional it looks for you to start building one day and to not have that website or to not have that web domain to tell somebody, to go. Essentially, that's your web address. And so it's like if you want to invite somebody to see your house, you would have to give them your address. Well, it's the same thing for when you start to run a business. You need to have an address to direct people to on the web. And so this is how you do that. And the reason why I say, even if you're not starting, go ahead and grab that, is because, 10 years ago, we weren't as technologically advanced as we are now. And so you have URLs and domain names that are selling for like $2,000 and $20,000 because someone just put the common words together. And now when a person is establishing that business or wanting to do something with that phrase, they're having to pay big bucks. And so I think that that's the same thing. You are also giving yourself that same opportunity. If for whatever reason, you don't do anything with the particular domain that you purchased, you have at least established the domain in your name, and you have the rights to it. And if it ever got big, you would be able possibly to get a large amount for that particular domain. So that is number one in the tech tips. Get a web URL, register a web domain. Even if you don't know what you want to do, you may say, well, I think big and bad is where the idea that I have. Or what is big and bad? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a blog. I don't know if I'm going to sell shirts or big and bad shoes. It doesn't matter. Get the domain, register the domain, get the URL, the .com, the .org, whatever it is you feel like you could possibly use with that idea. So the second tip would be actually to create a website after you use that and after you start getting an idea about what it is that you want to do with your idea or what it is you want to do with your dream. And so there are actually two types of websites that I want to talk about. You can either do what we like to refer to as a landing page, where it's just an informational page for people to come and hear more information or see, and maybe hear, because you may have done a video, more information about what it is that you're doing. A landing page is just that. It's just one page. It's just one page on the web where someone can land and find information about what it is that you're doing and maybe how to connect with you. If you're at a part where you're like, well, I don't know how involved I want to be with this, I think that's a great way to go ahead and again just get yourself some exposure and have a web address for someone to go. Again, I can't tell you how unprofessional it is, to be able to go out and tell people, yeah, I'm doing this and it's so big and everybody loves it. Well, where's your website? Oh, well, I haven't done that yet. Well, you need to get to it. There are so many web creation applications online that allow you to create websites for free now, that there really is no excuse for you not to have a website, even if the website is connected to a domain of the free thing. So even if your thing is bigandbad.wordpress.com, at least you have somewhere for those people to go when they're trying to get information about your particular business. So that is definitely number two. Get a website. I just want to list off some of the web application softwares that you can create your website for free. So we have WordPress.com. We have Wix.com, we have Weebly, there is Squarespace, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. If you are watching this hangout and you have a question about which one, is the easiest, or which one, you think might be great for you, just go ahead and fill out the contact sheet below this hangout, and I'll email you back a list of all of the different ones that they have available. So number three is you want to definitely get social media for your business. And so social media is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, but you don't just want to limit yourself to using your personal Facebook page. I feel a lot of times your personal Facebook profile, I feel like a lot of times people miss out on opportunities just by relying on their personal Facebook profile. You need to go ahead and make a Facebook page, a Facebook page for your business. And so, because there are so many ways that you can reach people that aren't your friends on your Facebook profile that you can reach on your actual Facebook page. Like, they made it just for businesses, and they allow you to like promote and like sponsor and do ads for as little as $5. So, you know, you may not be able to put an ad in a newspaper, but or in any other online entity, but Facebook makes it really easy for you to put ads by using Facebook pages, like I said, for as little as $5. So you want to definitely beef up your your social media entities, and you want to make sure that you're consistent across the board, that you're using the same Facebook. That you're using the same profile picture, that if you have a banner, you're using the same banner. You know, you want to make sure that all of your descriptions and contact information is the same, but you definitely want as many ways possible for people to contact you on the web, because we are in 2015 now, open and available. So that was number 3. Number 4 is Gmail. I think this may be just as important as having a domain. So you want to go ahead and register a email, and I'll tell you why I say Gmail specifically in a minute. But you want to register or create an email that has the same or is very closely related to the name of your business. For example, just using what we've used before, if we say big and bad, then we're going to say big and bad at gmail.com. Okay. And here's why I say that. When you get a Gmail or a Google email account, you open up so many other different tools and applications, because everybody knows that Google or Google Mail, Gmail, is it's connected to so many things. So Gmail is connected to Google Plus. So now you've added another social media avenue to your business. Google also has what is referred to as Google Alerts. And so you want to go ahead and Google this if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Because what Google Alerts allow you to do, and I believe I have a blog post that if you look through the recent posts, you should be able to find a blog post on how to set up Google Alerts. What they allow you to do is they allow you to get a personalized email of all of the different links online surrounding a specific subject or word or whatever. You go in and you tell Google what you want them to alert you on. And so what they'll do is, if it's a blog, if it's a news article, whatever it is, they scour everything that's going on the internet that day or that week, however you set your alerts to come to you, and they will send you what's in the news surrounding that word or that subject or whatever it is that you put in there. I think that that's absolutely amazing. It allows you to stay up to date in a particular subject or in a particular genre, so that you can, update it. Just have the knowledge. If you're writing a blog, you'll always be able to know how to or what to write about that particular day. And so I just love Google Alerts. And if they can maybe sometimes be a little cumbersome in your email, just create a label and have it automatically archived. And so that way you only have to go in and view them when you get ready to. So hold on just a moment, people. Okay. So in addition to Google Alerts, another thing that Gmail allows you to do is they allow you to create canned messages. So instead of, if you're in an industry where you are finding yourself saying the same thing a lot, instead of having to retype that entire message, you can just create a canned message and select that message depending on what the situation is and who you are actually writing. I absolutely love that. It comes in so very handy. The last thing that I actually just found out about was a Google app called Boomerang. And you don't necessarily download it or attach it to your Gmail. You download it and attach it to Google Chrome, which is the Google Internet Explorer. And what it allows you to do is when you go into your Gmail, it allows you to do two things. It allows you to send emails at a later date. It allows you, yes, to schedule emails. But then it also has a little feature where it asks you if you want a boomerang in so many days. So basically, it's a follow-up feature. So if I sent an email to someone and I was expecting a response from that person, it allows you to determine how many days or how many, the time length that you want to be reminded to either reach out to this person again. So it'll say like 2 days for follow-up if no response or something like that, which I think is so cool if you're running a business, because you may not always remember to do that, to follow up yourself. So those, and I actually am going to talk about two other Google related things, but they fall a little bit further down in the line. So next I'm going to go to number 5, which is MailChimp. I love MailChimp. Now MailChimp is not necessarily the only tool that does what it does. Like there's also some other email notification applications called like Mad Mimi and Constant Contact, and all of those are great. I'm just talking about what it is that I use personally, and just the fact that you need something in order to maintain your contacts and to be able to email subscribers and or contacts on a mass level versus having to create one email sending to all of your email contacts and having to BCC everybody, and that's just way too much. Again, we're in 2015. Let's beef up our tech know-how. So what you are able to do with MailChimp is you're able to create lists. So if you have a different group of people that you need to speak to, you can do that, but then you create campaigns. And so the campaign is the actual email that's going to be going out to the actual list, and it monitors unsubscriptions. If somebody unsubscribes from your list, you can create a code to put on your actual website for people to go ahead and subscribe to. And it's free up to so many subscribers, so it's a great tool again to use if you're just starting out. I don't have any complaints about MailChimp. It's really, really, really easy to use. It's really self-explanatory. They even have, for a cost, a way to actually email and or text people through their phone. So I haven't gotten into that just yet, but you want to, again, have a way to contact and communicate with people on a mass level versus just, using your individual email and updating your contacts like that. So number 6 is actually design. Again, because we are in 2015 and people are like, man, people are so creative these days. They are so much more creative than we've ever seen because of the use of technology. You want to be able to take advantage of of design. You want to be able to create brand consistency through your design. And so one of the ways that I found that I absolutely love, because I didn't go to school to be a web designer or anything like that. So while I understand a lot of tech things, I don't necessarily know how to do them as well as someone who had gone to school for them. So while I have picked up a little bit here and there on Photoshop, because that is kind of, they have a lot of tutorials on stuff like that too. I think for the basic starter, Canva, Canva.com is like one of the best tools I've ever seen so far. And the reason I love Canva is because they actually already have a lot of the photos and things that you would use created, or what do I want to say? They already have like a lot of the, like not photos, but you guys get what I'm trying to say, like graphics. There we go. They already have a lot of the graphics created, and so that way you can actually put your own photos behind the graphics that they've created, and change the actual text that's already been overlaid, and you just have a perfect graphic for your design needs. And so I love that. Again, if you use some of Canva's photos, there is a cost, but a lot of them, if you use your own photo, just overlay your own photos to the text that they already have, then it's free. You just download and you use, and you can make graphics that are just text only. Using the background, they have like a boatload of icons that you can use for different things, and it's just really, really functional and easy to use. Another thing that you may or may not want to use is PicMonkey, and so that's PICMONKEY. It's not as functional to me as Canva because they really don't. You're really not doing as much on PicMonkey that I've seen as you would on Canva. PicMonkey really is just for like resizing photos, and you can do a little of what Canva does, but Canva is just on a whole nother level. So number 7, if you're in business, you need to have business mobile applications on your phone. Okay, so some of the ones that I like, of course, are like to add text to photos if you're on the fly. The ones that allow you to schedule your posts on social media, you need something to help you do that. There are also like tax applications and budgeting applications to help you keep up with like the money that you're spending when you're out on company dinners, and keep up with your receipts and your purchases so that you can do your taxes once tax time comes around, like it is right now, to be able to claim those deductions on your taxes for your business. So if you're running a business, again, and you have a question about which specific apps I'm talking about, definitely fill in the information on that contact form, and I will email you when I receive that inquiry. Okay, 8. This might just be number. It probably should have been number 1, but it's not. You need to have a way to capture money. Okay, if you're in business and you're selling anything or you're getting donations, you need to have a way to capture money. And so again, in the technology world that we live in, there are so many ways to do that. PayPal. Get a PayPal account. You can create invoices from PayPal to send out people to charge people for things. We have Square accounts where the little square hooks onto your phone, and then you like swipe people's card in order to take donation or payment for things. Like, there's no reason for you ever be in a situation where someone can't just pay for something or buy or donate something to you, like right there on the spot. There are so many other ones, but those 2 are the main 2 when you talk about transactions and handling money and things like that. And it's just so necessary. Like, again, I don't know that I would take you serious if you had a business but you had no form to receive payment. So I won't belabor on that. Just get your money up and go get a way to get some money. Number 9 is find a way to do stuff just like what it is that I'm doing right now. To host videos, to host calls, to talk to people that may not live with you, to talk to people who may not be at home and aren't able to actually get in front of a computer. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about YouTube. I'm talking about Skype. I'm talking about FaceTime. And I'm talking about Google Hangouts. Remember when I said that there would be another or 2 more Google things that I would refer to? Google Hangouts is awesome. They allow you to collaborate with people who are in the same room with you. And I love that because, you could be miles away right now, and here you are able to take advantage of the information that I have. And you want to be able to present yourself in the same manner, in a way where people are always have access to you right here live, and as well as later, because what's going to happen with this Google Hangout is it's being recorded, and it'll be available for everybody to see on YouTube once we get done with this. And so you want to make sure, again, like I just had a conference call with one of my business partners via FaceTime, and it was so great because she lives 2.5 hours away, and I had no way to be with her in person, but I was still able to see her and show her things that I had in my hand, and she was able to see me and what I was showing her based off of the use of technology for something like FaceTime. And so again, you don't have to have an iPhone, to be able to take advantage of these particular opportunities and present yourself in these ways. And so the other thing that I think is very important for this particular aspect is that you have to see yourself on a global level, because if you only see yourself on a local level, then you won't see the need to have any of these particular tools. But when you realize that there are people around the world who may be looking for what it is you have to offer, then you'll be like, yeah, you know what? I do need to be able to present myself on a level where anybody who has access to the World Wide Web can see what I'm talking about and hear, what it is that I'm sharing. So lastly, number 10, you want to make sure that you have some way for people to actually call you and to call in and speak with you. And so, depending on what it is that you're doing, you may need use of a conference call line where you can hold different conference calls. Again, it's kind of the same thing as the whole web meeting, but it's different in that if someone was not able to get online, they could still call in and dial in and listen. But then again, just referring back to Google or Google email, you want to get a Google Voice number, because what Google Voice allows you to do, a Google Voice number allows you to actually text from your computer, and I love that. And it allows me to keep a history of what it is that I'm saying to my clients and customers and business partners in a whole better way, like way more efficient than trying to go through my phone contacts or my phone text messages. And so I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage that you get a Google Voice number. The other thing that I think is really, really why it's really, really necessary for you to get a Google Voice number is because say something happens to your iPhone. Guess what? Or, whatever phone that you have. Guess what? All of your contacts and all of your messages, all of your history is still there in your Google Voice account. So those are the top 10 tech tips that I strongly suggest that you are necessary for you to run a business of any size. And you remember when we used to take tests, and at the end, there was an actual bonus? I want to go ahead and give you a bonus. And so this was it was a no-brainer to me, but I still felt that it was really, really necessary for me to mention it. Get a calendar. Period. Get a calendar. I love my iCloud calendar. If you are electronically wired, sync your phones to every device that you have. If not, get a planner from Target or Walmart, a monthly, weekly planner. Go online and go to passionplanner.com. Whatever you need to do, get a planner. You can download the passionplanner.com for free. Download the pages and print them out. But when I tell you, having a calendar and scheduling the things that you need to do is so important in order for you to be successful in this business endeavor that you are embarking on. You no longer have a human resources department that's telling you what time to be there. You no longer have your manager, watching whether or not you clocked in or clocked out. And so in order to manage your time, get a calendar and schedule everything. That is 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes, and that concludes today's webinar on the 10 tech tips for running your business. I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me. One thing that I am thinking about doing starting next month is actually having classes where I actually teach you the ins and outs on on these very things that I'm talking about. Because you may be one of those people who are like, I hear you, Denise, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know what to do, once I actually, pass creating something. And so I don't want to just build you up and leave you there hanging. I want, to teach you how to fish. And so I thought, how, what better way to do that than to actually have these specific classes for you on the ins and out of these things that I'm doing. And so if there are any applications or, anything that I talked about that you love, that you use in business that, I failed to mention, please email, contact me, hit me up on social media. Let me know some of your favorite business things, because I would love to hear it. And because I'm learning too. I'm a learner too. I love to learn. And yeah, so what tech tips do you use? And I'm just gonna end it on that. Have a great rest of your weekend. Today I call today Tech Tuesday. So I hope you enjoyed these tech tips, and I hope you put them into action as soon as you possibly can. Look out for more information from me on more webinars like this, and especially, like I said, the classes that I'll be holding to teach you these particular things. Thank you for joining, and talk to you soon. Bye.